Roofers come to a conference like this and they're looking at all these vendors and everyone's smiling at them. I imagine that can be pretty overwhelming. Do you have any advice for roofers when they're going out to talk to vendors during those vendor segments of the conference?
Don't go during the vendor segments. Because we're vendors, with Proline, we're a vendor, so we're going to see a bunch of people all the time, and it's really difficult to have all those meaningful conversations. You can say hey to everybody and give them your card, but that's not really meaningful for your business because you don't really care about the next roofing company's movement in that vendor. That's what I do. It's too overwhelming to walk around that whole thing, and it's super crowded, and you're never going to have really meaningful conversations. So sneak out of a breakout, sneak out of a keynote speaker. If you see something that you think is going to be helpful and beneficial, go outside of those vendor hours. And hopefully there's someone on staff there that can actually help you. But that's going to be really meaningful. If it's quiet in the room and there's very few people there, you're going to have like a real meaningful conversation that can actually really move the needle in your business.
I feel like that's a concept that doesn't apply only to conferences, but really working with vendors in general. If you work with a vendor or you talk to a vendor at a time that less other companies are talking to them, you're going to have better conversations and you're going to get better service no matter what. It's really tough because of the seasonal nature of the roofing industry. For example, for Proline, we're always slammed in January and February, and we're going to take the absolute best care of every customer we can, but just by the nature of having that number of people that want to upgrade their CRM and overhaul their processes in January and February and leading into March, it's going to be you're not going to get as good of deals, and it's going to be tougher to get that really high level of service that you might get if you're working in November, December, or even after March. So it's kind of on the edge, closer into the regular season. You might still be a little busy, but you're going to get more of that personal attention. And that applies, obviously, like you're saying here as well. If you go during the vendor hours when there's a ton of other people around, the conversations are going to be shorter. It's going to be less kind of direct attention on you. Whereas if you do go during a breakout or a keynote, sneak out, go talk to that vendor that you're interested in, you're going to have that opportunity to have that real one-on-one personal attention that might be the difference in getting the information you need to be successful.
Yep, it's very true. Just being proactive too.